Macdonald. Let him in, let him in.
I didn't get to see his shit. But anyways, it's my dream to always go to Nashville and see Country Roadship. It was all raining and they had me some motherfucking bus. But I tried to find Billy Joe Shaver all day and I couldn't find him. So, I don't know, so that's nice another night though, you know? Whole key to the whole thing was me coming to Nashville and meeting the, old crusty singer-songwriter. Hasn't happened yet, but it might happen tonight. I always wanted to be one of those guys when I was young. I listened to a lot of it and shit, and I liked it. I like a song, I like songs when about 80% of your songs are about booze. When your catalog's about 80% drinking booze. They're sitting around like, hey guys, what should we fucking write about today, man? You got a lot of tracks here left. You had an idea, didn't you, Bernie? Well, I don't know, it was about getting drunk. I got all drunk last night, that'd be a good song. Yeah, that's good. I have one about my lady. I'm going to sing a song about my lady. She left you. Oh, really? What? Yeah, she fucking left the hell did last night. Why? On account of her drink all the fucking time. That's all we do. All we do is drink booze. Remember those guys in the country song? They fucking, I never heard, I get heartbroken a little bit, but I never be heartbroken be like 45 years later, I'd be going like, Sarah. What the fuck did you look like again? She's way younger. After a while, it becomes about the good taste of the booze, I think. Well, hey man, it was a fucking historic election. First time an African American became president, and I don't know, are you supposed to call him an African American president? I don't know. All confused, just waiting for someone to tell me what to say. But so it's a historic. It would have been historic the other way too, because it would have been the first time that I wanted to fuck the vice president. So either way, it would have been historic. That Biden character don't do it for me. I don't know what it is. Something about the way I don't know. The way he wears his slacks, I think. It's funny like when they say, hey man, it's all post-racial, but there's some things you can't say about Barack like you can say about other people, you know what I mean? You need to go like Hillary, you go, man, I don't know, I agree with her on that healthcare thing and everything, but something about her is kind of creepy or something. Or John, that guy McCain, I guess, a war hero, but I don't know, something about it kind of old, right? But Barack, you can't go, man, I agree with that, all that guy's ideas and everything. I'll tell you something, man, but something about that guy. Can't put my finger on it, but I don't like him. Don't sound good at all. So it's great to be here. I'm glad the election's over because I don't have to have discussions about the fucking politics because I don't know anything. And I don't have any opinions or anything. And but you're kind of expected to. Some people, I think they now expect you to have opinions on everything. You know, like a guy come up to me once and said, what do you make of this stem cell research? I'm like, you're asking me what my opinion is of the stem cell research? Let me just go to scientist school for 8 years. I'll come back afterwards and then I'll tell you. I don't know, I'm just a guy. The guy with a shirt, sorry. But I know, like, in the election, though, it's more simple. You had to just decide where you want to go and stuff like that. But still, I was like, one day I'd be going, and then I'd say, So I never knew. I was always back and forth. But I just didn't know, you know. It's not my fault. Don't know. But when I went to parties, sometimes everybody would be talking, and I wouldn't catch up because I don't watch the news because, I don't know. For one thing, road is on. They show old road is between 5:30 and 6. Where I live, you know, whatever. But what I do is, before I'll go to a party, right, let's say I know they're going to be talking about politics, what I do is I just watch TV, one of the 24-hour channels, and then whatever the guy says, I just say that. It seems to work. People go, blah, 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 and they go, hey, it's all going to come down to the super delegates, really. When you think about it. Anybody seen any of them little sandwiches they said they were supposed to have here? I think they cut them in triangles and stuff. None use at all. But super delegate ones wouldn't work anymore. You'd have to come up with new ones. New, you know, just whatever was on the TV that the guy with the hair said. Sometimes if you don't have your TV, the TV breaks. I got one all-purpose one that always works. You say that's everybody talking about politics, you understand? And then you go, it comes to your turn, and you go, hey, I blame the media. You cut the crust off and everything. You never heard of that? Guys, there's some Philly toothpicks running. Come on, guys. Hey. That really is a fella who has to get to a party to Canada. Pardon me? Can I vote? No, I can't vote. I'm Canadian. I can vote in Canada, but you think there's no point voting here? Voting in Canada. This will be fun. No one in the world will know this guy. Once we elect him. But, a lot of people don't know. You know, sometimes when I go to these parties, I'll tell you something, man. Like, I don't like, you ever get caught in a party, you're talking to a smart guy, you ever bump into one of those characters? Everybody's smart and dumb and everything. When I'm talking about a guy who got a fucking pipe and everything. Like everything's relative. Like sometimes you think you're dumb, sometimes you think you're smart. But I don't know. Most of us are kind of on the same kind of. But like if you took, like for me personally, if I took like the smartest guy in the world and then the dumbest guy in the world, I'd be way the fuck closer to the dumbest guy. Clearly, I'd be nowhere near that guy. But this guy I could talk to about dirt and stuff, you know. Our hands are a different size. But, smart guy, that's easy. Smart guy can't help sometimes, though. He's just being like 5 people around a kitchen area where that wood thing is, and then 3 vanish, you see with the smart guy, like, And the guy's like, the deficit! And you're like, Yeah, I heard that word once. There we go. I'll be back, though. Oh, man. but I don't know. A lot of people don't know. I remember when I was a kid, right? I still remember this when I was a little kid. I knew I didn't know a fucking thing. I remember I was like 6, 7, I'd go to the bus stop and shit, and I'd be looking around, there'd be cars and people be going places, honking and shit, right, lights, and the whole time I'd be thinking, what the fuck is going on? And no one told me, right? So the closest I could come was that, like, some of the guys at the bus stop had, like, briefcases, you know? So it's like, I guess those fucking guys know, you know? They seemed like they knew the most. Anyways, then I go out and I went to these fuckers. I was like, hey, what the fuck is going on? They're like, They just gave me this briefcase. So it turns out, nobody really knows at all. But you know what I'm good at? I can meet guys. I know guys at my own intellectual level. You know what I mean? Like smartness, dumbness kind of. You know how like gay guys can go and they can find a gay guy, gaydar, they have gaydar, you know, like gaydar. They can spot a gay guy. I'm like that with dumb guys. I walk in, I go, hey, I need to keep up with that motherfucker. I can talk to that character. Then I get the beeline over there, you know. Talk about Archie comics for a couple of hours. Then I go home and I Google and I'm like, that was Reggie Manson. Fuck, that guy's smart. Some people don't know, you know, like I see sometimes I watch the TV and be like on CNN, and it'd be, they have a question. I like questions, you know. And they have a pie chart underneath it, right? And I like pie. Who doesn't like pie? And charts, you know. It's going to be a chart. You want it to be a pie chart. Pretty well never see another type of chart anymore. It's pretty well cornered the market on charts. So the pie chart, so it says the question, it says like, do you believe that George W. Bush is taking a Social Security stand? Good, that's a bunch of stuff, right? And it says 50% yes, 45% no, 5% I don't know. So that's like me, I don't know. And that's 5%, that's a sizable chunk of the country. I'll phone those fuckers on CNN. I go, hey, excuse me, this is the TV? You asked me a question. And I don't fucking know. I never understand. A couple of words were kind of hard, don't you think? Anyways, listen, I don't know, and what's that cost, $1.50? All right, well, I better get on that fucking pie chart, I'll tell you that. I'm not a guy that fucking throw 12 bits down the goddamn toilet, you know, without ending up with some sort of new thing on the fucking, this is what I hate on the news now, they got a new thing on the fucking news. Used to be like news, you know, news and shit. And now it'll be 24 hours, just any fucking thing's a news story. And this is a story I've noticed a lot, and I never remember this story when I was a kid at all. The story will start off and the guy will go, hey, our top story tonight, a lady vanished. She's gone. We found her car down by the Wendy's. Car's fine. Lady, we don't know where she is. Then you're home, you go, oh, I don't care because I never fucking knew she was. And they're like, no, we'll tell you about it. You're like, no, that's all right. That's cool. I don't know. But then they start telling you about her. Man, fuck. Her name was Janice. Oh, man, she was good. Here's some of her friends. They say, like, Janice's friends. I'll tell you about Janice, man. Janice is the type of lady like you would always turn to her, you know, like if you're having problems with something in your life, or, you know, maybe it's want to turn, I don't know. Whatever. Once you pivoted your neck over here to this other side over here, who would your eyes would rather be with than anyone else on earth? Janice. It would be Janice's other friend. When Janice walked in the room, I remember she would brighten up the room. Now, she didn't have no light or nothing. I don't know how the fuck she would. Through sheer force of will, somehow, the room would get brighter. Other friend of Janice say, I'll tell you something, man. I'll tell you something about her. You could be talking to your best friend in the world. Then Janice would walk in and you go, fuck you, I'm talking to you. She's a better person. She's a better person than you. I got one life, you know. Kind of ways of talking to you. And then, you know, you're hooked at that point, man. You go, God damn, that Janice is the greatest. I would love one day to meet her and, oh, fuck, I forgot she vanished. Maybe they'll find her. Oh, I hope that they'll find her. Yeah. Then they tell you more about her every day. You like her more and more. They go, here's a video of her. She's eating some pizza. You're like, look at her there. She got her haircut. I like her new haircut. Janice. She'll make it. If I knew anything about Janice, and then, like, you can't stop thinking about it. Then they're like, we're still looking for Janice. We're combing through the woods. And then you're like, oh, fuck, not the woods. Nothing good ever happens in the woods. That's bad. That's bad. I've been through enough of these, I know. Janice ain't coming bamming out of the woods. Like, hey, what's up, everybody? Just taking a stroll through the woods. That's what it is. Now, if they find Janice in the woods, they find her in a shallow grave. That's where the Ellis end up, unfortunately. Really, that's where they should start looking when you think about it. You know, they should check out the area, you know, shallow graves. I'll tell you what's weird as shit. You know, it's supposed to be so cunning, these guys, so brilliant, and yet shallow grave. What the hell are they thinking there, you know? Seems a little rash after all their planning and studying their habits and luring them away with a cheese sandwich. Driving her to the remote shed where her screams ricochet off the walls, never really civilized year again. To then, after all of that, just go, here's some 5 twigs and a leaf. There you go. I don't look like Janice anymore. No chance a Cub Scout will stumble over that. I don't think they're as sharp as them. Like, you know what I would do? I would never kill a woman, but, I mean, I know. Everybody says that, right? Yeah, I've heard that. My dad uses that. But if I ever were into such strange behavior, I would plan everything out, you know, because everything's at stake, and I would I'd figure out where her habits and everything. But a full 90% of my plan would be digging the grave. That would be the deepest motherfucker. Like, standard grave would be 6 foot, mine would be like 75, 80. I started digging the grave like a couple of years before I even met the lady. Kevin says, dirt's in his yard. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know, Kevin. I was thinking about, we had to do a little bit with this, but you ever have a recovered memory? Like, you could have you have your real life going on, right? Your regular life, like you're trying to get through, right? And all of a sudden, you remember that when you were 4, your uncle fucked you. So the problem with it is, everybody's got it, right? Like you either know that your uncle fucked you or you don't know. But you can never know for sure he didn't. So that anxiety is always there. Hey, you're looking at your uncle, yeah. It's like, what? But, I don't know. I think some memories should remain unrecoverable. Like, if I've been fucking honest, there's a lot of memories that if I got them, I want them fucking really buried deeply. I don't want to be going, hey man, I need to go down and get a cheese sandwich, and I was wondering if you wanted to come with me, and maybe we go, holy fuck. Hey, what's the matter, Norm? What, you don't like that cheese sandwich place no more? No, that's not it. I was just remembering, my uncle fucked my ass, my uncle, from the age of 4 to 14, he every day fucked my ass. So I'm going to go try to live my life now. I'm going to go over there, try to somehow get through life. See, I don't think that would slip my mind personally. I think everything else would be a recovered memory. I think I would only remember that. And people go, hey, you know the Pythagorean theorem? No. But I can tell you about my uncle's cock a lot. I would venture to say there's not a man alive who knows more on the subject of my uncle's cock. I don't like to brag, but the only thing I remember. Oh, man alive. God damn. So drinking booze and stuff. Booze is good. Nothing wrong with booze, man. It's like them songwriters. Booze. Hey, you know what's worse than country western is Irish guys. You ever hear those guys? They've gone way the fuck farther. I heard one Irish guy. This is the fucking song he was singing. He's like, whiskey, she's me mother. I'm like, this guy's pretty well given up. You're not that guy's not going to be in an AA meeting or any church basement. He's come to the point where he accepts whiskey as his mother. He's fine with that. That's just the guy who write. My mother, that's all right about. Who was my fucking mother anyway? I can't remember. All I remember is whiskey. Is it possible whiskey's my mother? I guess it could be. booze got a lot of upside, a lot of downside, you know what I mean? It's like kind of good, you know. I remember when I was young, booze, I just do it. Now I try to stay in control and shit, you know. When I was young, just do anything, didn't give a fuck, you know. People, I drink booze, people hand me pills, I just be like, especially pills, I go, they're from the doctor. They're fine. And then I did LSD, that was the worst fucking thing. Don't ever do that, man. I did that like I was 18, and I did it like 4 times, but like in a row. And I was like, it was 4 days in a row. And I remember people telling me, they go, you gotta watch that LSD because you can get flashbacks from like 10, 15, 20 years can go by, and you can get a flashback, you know? And so I thought, hey, that seems like a pretty good deal. So I go to that guy. I go to my drug dealer, I'm like, yes! Like, good man, I understand that you have a new product out that apparently for $5 I get to get high now. And 20 years later I get high again. Is that true? There is something that's excellent. You know, I like to stretch my drug dollars, sir. You know me. You know my thrifty ways. Here you go. And then 20 years went by, and I have to admit to you that I never had a flashback. Huge jip. Turned out to be a bunch of horse shit by the big acid companies. If you ask me, I'm not one of these guys, you know, believe in conspiracies, but if you think those acid companies give a fuck about you, a little guy, you know? All they care about is their third quarter profits. And yet nothing was mentioned about this on the campaign trail. I would show up with signs. What you drinking, man? I'm drinking Coca-Cola. Nah, just soda pop sober. I'll drink after, you know. It's funny, I think they got me Coke instead of Pepsi, because sometimes when you go to a place, you go, hey man, can I have some Coke? They go, Pepsi? You go, no, Coke. Because I think people think like if you like Coke, like, you know, Pepsi's your second best. But that's actually your least worst of all ever. So thank God someone was kind enough to give me a Coke because of fucking Pepsi. And then at Pepsi, you go like, well, what else you got? What other soda pop? They go, oh, we got root beer. You want that? I don't know, I'm not 8. They're drinking root beer again? You got Sierra and Mist? Yeah, give me that. I was going to ask you if you had Sierra and Mist. I forgot to ask you. It slipped my mind. That's good you brought it up. On account that's my favorite beverage. I'm the guy. I'm the one guy. I was going to say, if this place don't have fucking Sierra and Mist, this is some hen-house horse shit going on in this fucking joint. I noticed like I was eating some pork chop today, like at a restaurant. You do shit at restaurants like, you know, you don't do it at home. You know, like let's say you want a pork chop, right? You're at home, you go, I'm going to eat a delicious pork chop, right? So you put the pork chop on your grill thing and stuff. And then never in a million years would you say to yourself, hey, while that pork chop is cooking, I will eat a loaf of bread. Get about a half a pound of butter there. That will get my appetite going for the pork chop. It's an excellent plan. And then desserts, they do a weird thing too, because like, it used to be at a restaurant like a dessert, they go, hey, what do you want, a pie or a cake? I think there's just 2 things. And you go, hey, give me a $5. But now, a dude comes out, he's got like 9 things, and he's like, perhaps I could tempt you. That's all this fucking weird, dirty talk, you know? It's all right with the girl, because she's like, ooh, you. And the 2 dudes is like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Can you say it different? They're like, perhaps a double rich, thick chocolate thing, raspberry. We're like, hey, you're still talking about the fucking desserts, right? What's going on here? Please tell me. I don't want to end up blowing you in the back or something. I get tricked easy sometimes, you know? I don't want to be in the back. Hey, fuck, what the fuck was that? I thought we were talking about that tort. You fucker? All right. No, it's reluctantly, though. I'm doing it reluctantly. I'm not giving him that A-game shit. Booze, man. You want to be home. You want to be near your home when you're on booze. That's the trouble of being on the road. Because, you know, you get really, 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 like, out of your fucking head, and you don't even know what's going on. You're like, what the fuck's that? That's your wallet. Holy fuck. That's a wallet, really? Anyway. And then, so then you've got to get home, you know? And I don't drive, just get in a cab, and then I open the cab window, and I go, like that. That way I don't barf. I go, plus I'm praying to God at the same time. So the combination between praying to God, the creator of the universe, and going, it stops me from barfing. So then I head home and I go right to my bathroom, and then I lie with my cheek on my cool linoleum. And it's the greatest fucking feeling ever. I'm like, God damn, this cool linoleum, that's the best fucking choice I ever made in my life. Fuck this shit. I'm getting the whole house done in cool linoleum from now on. This is comfortable. But when you're on the road, so you're all fucked up, you know. And sometimes we have to press like real early in the morning. It's like 6 or something. It's hard to get up, you know. You're all fucked up and everything. You get back to the hotel, you're like, yeah, can I get a wake-up call, please, for 7 o'clock? Oh, it's 5 to 7, huh? Well, I better let you go then. You'll be dialing soon. I don't know. Is that booze you handed me? What is it? Is it really Coca-Cola? Yeah, but that's fountain Coke. I got canned Coke. Thank you, though. Coke cures a hangover? Really? I never heard that. I know bitters and soda does. Learned that from Emmylou Harris the hard way. You ever hear those things, you walk by and you kind of hear them, you don't know what they mean, but it's funny. I walked by one time, these 2 homeless guys, right, all fucked up out of their minds. They're about 80, 70 or some shit. And one of them said to the other one, this is what he said. He said, when the fuck did you ever play goalie for the Montreal Canadiens? You've had enough of this guy's horse shit. Everybody got live that time. I don't know why. That's why I want to text, because then I don't lie as much. I don't know how, but I know you got a lot of fucking time, you know what I mean? Like you guys do, and then you got a couple hours to think about it. You're like, yeah, that's a good one. Fine. And you? That would be much faster. But talking to people like one-on-one, that ain't easy, man. I've tried that. Everybody's tried that. And my buddy was telling me, it's very important to listen to people when they talk. That's the key, in conversation. But I'm good at listening, and I'm real good at that. But the problem is, it's not enough for a conversation because eventually the guy stopped talking. They're like, oh, I forgot to think of some shit to say. Hey, listen. You keep talking. Sorry about that, man. You keep talking, and then I'll think of something to say while you're talking. I promise. So this won't happen again. Don't forget like that. It won't happen again. So what you got to do is you got to listen to the guy. Plus, you have to hear something he says that you know anything about. So when he stops, like maybe the guy mentions like Fonzie or something, right? So you go, hey, I know something about Fonzie. I'll wait till this fucker stops talking, and I'll throw my Fonzie thing. Excellent. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Doodly-doodly-doodly-doo. Hey, look at that. He's talking about something else. He's talking about something else. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey! Hey, I couldn't help noticing there you're talking about something else. Now, that's very interesting there, the other stuff you're talking about. But hey, how about earlier, huh? We were talking about Fonzie. His real name was Henry Winkler. Yeah, it wasn't Fonzie at all. A lot of people say Arthur Fonzarelli, but that's not right either. All right, you talk for a while now. It ain't easy, man. Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy, baby. Nothing's easy. Drinking makes things go. Drinking I think is more of a social thing. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like if you get real drunk and you meet a lady and she's real drunk, there's a possibility you could be fucking her. But that ain't gonna happen if you're not, I don't know if you've ever had a one-night stand like dead clean sober, but I have. It's not a lot of fun. Not fun at all. Just get back to your apartment and you're like, well, I guess I'll take my trousers off now. No, sorry about that. Turned out it was a filthy, shameful thing we were about to do. Well, goodbye. Once again, I apologize for the untoward nature of the trousers incident. But something about booze, it takes that filter out. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's some magic elixir where you don't think sex is filled with shame. It's funny, like my buddy was telling me, he said, like, there's nothing shameful about sex, but I was like, of course there is, because think about what you do when you have sex, right? You take the phone off the hook, or you lock the door, or something like that. You pull the shades, right? That's shame right there. That's, pulling the shades, come on! You don't pull the shades when you're making a nice cherry pie for old Whitted Johnson down the street, I noticed the shades stay wide open then. You hypocrites, I know her arthritis, she can't knead anymore. Word has it in town that she can't even knead. Frankly, I think if it wasn't for, the good folks of as well as I, then the old bird never would have. Anyways, I'm saying the drinks stay up for that. But not sex. That's the opposite. That's crazy shit. I was reading one time in a medical book, you know, one of those big, it was either in a big giant medical book or it was like one line in USA Today, I can't remember. Anyways, it said that scientists say that a guy thinks about sex every 7.2 seconds. So, clearly, yeah, that's horseshit, because it's impossible. 10 seconds, you think? See, I think that would be even impossible. It would be for me, because I'd just be like, pussy, 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 and then I'd blow my fucking head off with a gun. That's about 3 days of that. It's not a lot of fun to think about. So, and I know what I think about. This is what I think about every 7.2 seconds. I walk down the street, go, doodly-doo, hey, there's a house. Hey, look, a guy wearing cowboy boots over there. How about that? Oh, this is Texas. I should get a pair of cowboy boots, man. I'll go home, I'll be a fucking cowboy now. I look like an idiot. These guys know how to wear them. Hey, there's that house again. My ass itches. You know, just crazy shit goes through your head on your way to get your, cheese sandwich. You go. So, the only time sex comes is every couple, 3 days, but then the problem is you can't escape it. It's like, it's like all there. It's all you can fucking think about. That's when you turn the lights out and everything. And then you go to the bedroom, in the bedroom, normally a beautiful place of respite where you dream of jelly rolls. But not the chamber of horrors it becomes once the fucking, you're like a fucking werewolf. And then you do things in that room that you never, ever, as a civilized human, like even think for one moment you'd be doing, You're like, crazy shit. Your mind's gone, you're just an animal. Sometimes your mind's so gone you're even saying what you're doing. You ever do that? You go, I am fucking you! My cock is going into The girl's like, yeah, I know, man, proceed, whatever. I don't know what women are thinking for. God bless them for going through the unpleasantness. I think women, I can't speak for women obviously, but sometimes they're into it and then that's just frightening. But normally I think it's just they try to make a noise you think they might like, they're like, what about this? Woo! You're like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can tell the difference between a lady and a dude in sex. Lady, if the phone rings during sex, a lady can answer the phone during the sex, She'd be like, yes, do that thing, sort of, yes, kind of like that. And it's like, ding, she's like, hello. You're like, Go ahead. You're like, She's like, oh, hi, Jody. How you doing, huh? Oh, my God, nothing. Which one? You're never getting the yellow scarf back. I'm your friend, that's why I'm telling you. Why? Because it's Marcy? Why else? You're like, It's a pattern, honey. Yes, I told you that. You're too good. You're too good. So we'll get together tomorrow. We'll have an endive salad and we'll get together, okay? Okay. And you're like, The point is, not sure if I had a point. The point is that a guy, is like, he couldn't answer the phone if the phone rang. He's like, hello? What? Hi, Frank, how you doing? Huh? Sure, I remember that plaid shirt. Yeah, I remember you used to have that over the sawhorse. What, Frank? I gotta go fuck it. Frank ain't getting that shirt back, we know that. So you guys have been cool and shit. I know a poem about Music Row that I learned when I was a kid. You want to hear it? But I might forget the words. But anyways, I'll try to remember the words, okay? If I forget the words, it'll be the worst fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. I'll try to remember. It's like, the devil walked into Lindenbaugh's on a rainy Nashville night as he watched the lost soul sit in soup in the yellow neon. Yeah. How did I ever get through it? I got through 3 words. No, I can't try again, because how far could I possibly go? I only got to 3. There's well over 20 words to it. Gotta try one more time. The devil walked into Lindenbaugh's on a rainy Nashville night as the lost soul sat and sipped their soup in the yellow neon light. And the devil, he looked around the room, then he got down on his knees. He said, "Is there anyone who will roll these dice with me?" And Red, he just turned away and took another sip of beer. And Eddie, he said, "Not me, I've had my share of hell," and kept scribbling on a napkin some song he was sure it'd sell. And Eddie just kept whispering close to the snatch screen, clutching his sleeve, and somebody coughed, and the devil scoffed, and he turned on his heel to leave. "Hold on," said the voice in the back of the room, "before you walk out that door. If it's some action you're looking for, friend, well, I've rolled some dice before." Well, there stood Billy Markham. He'd been on the scene for years, singing all them raunchy songs the town didn't want to hear. He'd been cut and bled 1,000 times, and eyes was wise and sad, and all his songs were the songs of the street, and all his luck was bad. "I know you," says Billy Markham, "from many a dark and funky place, but you always spoke in a different voice and you wore a different face. Well, me, I've gambled here on Music Row with hustlers and with whores, and hell, I ain't afraid to roll them devilish dice of yours." "Well, then get down," says the devil, just as if he was going to pray. "Take these dice in your luckless hands as I tell you how the game is played. You get one roll and you bet your soul, and if you bet 13, you win. And all the joys of flesh and gold are yours to touch and spin. But if that 13 don't come up, you better will your useless bones to God, because the goddamn soul is mine." 13, says Billy Markham. "Well, I've played in tougher games. I've loved ambitious women, and I've rode on wheelless trains. So give me room, you stinking fiend, and let it all unwind. Ain't nobody rolled a 13 yet, but this just might be the time." Billy Markham, he hands the dice, and the dice, they have no spots. "Sorry," says the devil, "but they're the only dice I got." "Well, shit," says Billy Markham, "I really don't mean to bitch, but I never thought I'd stake my soul in a sucker's game like this." "Well, then walk away," says the devil, "nobody tying you down." "Walk away where?" says Billy Markham. "Well, this is the only game in town. But I really should say, before I make my play, that if I should chance to lose, then I will this guitar to some would-be star who ain't afraid to sing the honest blues, who ain't afraid to say the words like damn or shit or fuck, who ain't afraid to bear his ass on the stage where he makes his bucks. But if he should sing some sugary lies, I'll haunt him till we meet in hell. Now give me them fucking dice." Billy Markham, he takes the dice and he yells, "Come on, 13," and the dice, they roll, and they come up blank. "You lose," the devil screams. But I really should say, before I go on my way, that I sure do like your style. Of all the fools I've played beat, you're the first that's lost with a smile. "Well, shit," says Billy Markham, "you know, these odds were too damn bad. 14 years of Music Row, that's the best damn chance I've had." So Billy Markham, the devil, they walk out of Lindenbaugh's door, and leave Billy's beat-up guitar lying there on the floor. And if you go to Lindenbaugh's now, you can see it there today, hanging from a nail on a wall of peeling gray. Billy Markham's old guitar that nobody dares to play. That's that.
Keep it going, Macdonald. Let him hear, let him hear. Also, Steve Rick from Steve, let him hear it.